What's going on, guys? I'm Nathan and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do DIY projects, kayak mods, gear and bait reviews, and fishing technique videos. So if you're into that kind of thing, hit that thumbs up, please subscribe, and leave a comment down below of a video that you would like me to make. Today we're going to talk about my experience that I had taking my Bonafide SS127 out for the first time. Stick around. Okay guys, so real quick, if you're new, welcome. I'm glad that you tuned in to see this video. I hope I can help you catch more fish. I hope I can help you make a decision on a kayak. If you have any questions, please ask them. I will do my best to answer them in a timely manner. And that's about it. If you're returning or you're a subscriber, thanks for joining the family. Remember, spread the word so we can help this community grow as big as we can get it. I love fishing. I love fishing from a kayak, and I'm all about helping people do that. All right, so Bonafide SS127. Is it worth it? To me, now this is my opinion. I'm not a paid spokesperson or anything like that. I'm not sponsored. I paid for that kayak with my cold hard cash, you know what I'm saying? Hard-earned money. But for me, it is completely worth it. Just being able to go from sitting to standing, to fish different techniques, the stability, it's worth it. I am 100% happy with the purchase. I do not regret it at all. So let's kind of dive into that. But before we do, I want to give a couple shout outs. First of all, I want to thank Trevor Barrientes. He gave me my first kayak, got me into this crazy world of kayak fishing, and I've never looked back. I appreciate you, bro. The next one is Robert Clevenger. He hooked me up, sent me a Yakutech sling blade rudder for Christmas, and it's absolutely amazing. Changed my fishing dynamic completely. All right, so let's talk more about my experience. I took it out this past weekend. I fished all day on Sunday from like 6:45 until I got off the water at like 5 o'clock. Now, the lake was extremely busy. There was a state high school tournament going on and a local club tournament going on. And then on top of that, you had all the jet skiers and the people with their yachts and whatnot just zooming around the lake. So the water was choppy. On top of that, there was probably an 8-mile-an-hour wind all day with gusts up to 13 miles an hour. Now, having said all that, not one time was I ever shaky on this kayak. I was standing and fishing, even with the choppy water, with the wakes coming in from the boats. It was amazing. So I kind of used the wind as my trolling motor. I would paddle ahead of where I wanted to be, obviously far out, and then I'd come in towards the shore. I'd set my rudder, and I'd let the wind blow me down the bank. Now what I was able to do, I was actually able to catch some fish. You know, with the water being that high pressure, I caught 3. And a lot of the time, I was paddling around fighting the wind. So it's a pretty good day in my book. If you don't know, I don't use a fish finder or anything like that. So I research the weather, I check water temps, I check barometric pressure, and then when I get to the lake, I check the water clarity. And then that's when I decide. I have an idea of what I'm gonna fish or how I'm gonna fish before I go out. And then when I get there, that's when I decide exactly what I'm going to do and how I'm going to fish it. So I was able to catch 3. I caught 1 on a buzzbait, a black and red buzzbait. I caught 1 on a lipless It's like a green shad, has a green belly and a black back. And then I got another one on a black and white lipless crankbaits. A buddy I went out with, he was catching them on weightless flukes. So really, they were just biting everything. Now, I was able to meet a couple young men that were fishing in the high school tournament. I hope you guys did well if you're watching this video. If not, subscribe. Maybe I can help you guys catch fish and learn more about the art of bass fishing. All right, let's get back more into the experience I had. So, I started out fishing in a sit-inside kayak, and that was great. Just being able to get back on the water and hit the spots that I know where fish had, because, you know, fishing from the bank, you're not always able to do that. And then a couple years down the road, I bought a Pelican, the Catch 120. It was my first set on top kayak, and I don't regret that purchase. I wasn't able to stand on it like I've seen some people do in the videos. I just didn't trust myself. Every time I tried, it was real shaky. And then I fished out of that Pelican for about a year and a half, maybe, give or take. I've been kayak fishing for 4 years now. And then last week, I was able to buy this Bonafide. Now, I'd been looking at kayaks since before I got my first kayak. And I was looking at the Native Titan 12.5 and the Bonafide SS127. Those are pretty much the two I had narrowed down to. Really, it all came down to the price tag, if you want me to be honest with you. The Bonafide ran about $16.49 plus tax. It was more than that, but we're not going to get into that. So I got this kayak. Now it's heavy. It's 98 pounds without anything on it. So with all my gear on it, it was well over 100 pounds. So I'm looking into getting some landing gear or something like that, just to help with mobility. Because I'm not a huge fan of kayak carts, if you will. The bottom's still low. I don't know. I want landing gear, plain and simple. I had never stood up on a kayak before, so my first time standing up on the Bonafide was kind of shaky, because all I had was the attempts that I made, and I never got fully standing on that Pelican. So I was a little shaky, but after that, I was standing all day. All day. I'd paddle, I'd fish a little bit sitting, and then I'd stand. And that just kind of repeated all day. So for me, short and simple answer, it was worth it. If you're on the fence and you have the money, I'm a believer of save for it and then buy it. Most of the time, I try to at least, you know. Do it. Pull the trigger. Now, understand that you're going to be getting a heavier boat. So you might want to make accommodations for that, park closer to the water, this, that, and the other. I went out with 3 kayaks in the back of my truck, so I was not able to park as close to the water as I normally do, and we used an actual boat ramp this time. And I'm a big proponent of just putting in at the side of a lake, because I can get right down to near the water and just put in, and I don't have to worry about waiting on boats or trucks and trailers or anything like that. And the side of the lake's usually not very busy with people trying to get out of the water. So that's really it. I mean, yeah, that's really it. I had another video that I was uploading. I just kind of rambled. I didn't want to ramble on. I'm pretty excited about this kayak. I'm going to start figuring stuff out. I got some purchases in mind that I'm going to save up for, so stay tuned for that. One quick thing. I've been kind of keeping it, I don't know how to put this. Like, I just kind of give you guys the information that I think you want to know or that I think you need to know, and then I end the video. But from here on out, I'm going to try to let my personality come through a little bit if it hasn't already. So just be prepared for some bad dad jokes and a lot of dad gummits. So again, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Help me out. We're at 129 subscribers, which is amazing. I'm thankful for every single one of you. And I can't wait for more people to join the family. So as I always say, let's make the world a better place, and you guys have a great day.